Okay, so given this example, I need to write a line equation going through 2 points. Try to write the line equation. If you got stuck on how to write the line equation, or you got the wrong answer, let's go through this and just kind of see how this would work. The first thing you'd want to do is say y equals mx plus b. And then actually, after you've done y equals mx plus b, you know a couple things. You know you need to find the slope, and you know you need to find the y-intercept. So what we need to do that is to find a slope between 2 points. All you have to do is subtract the 2 points where the y's are on top of the x's. So we do 2 minus 3 and negative 4 minus a negative 5. This is really important that I put the negative with that 5, like there's 2 negatives there in a row. Now what I know from this is 2 negatives make a positive. So we'd have negative 5 over 1. And that would be my slope. Well, once you have your slope, this is helpful to you because you can re-put this line equation in. And now all you need to do is find b. And how we're going to find b is we know something, and this is kind of from the video yesterday. We know that this is an x and this is a y, and this is an x and this is a y. You can pick any of the points that you want. I'm going to pick these points because they are the easiest for me. And I'm going to put down, I have negative 2y, because that's my y value, minus 5, or negative 5 times, because negative 5 divided by 1 is just negative 5, times negative 4 plus b. I would then, for this, get negative 2 is equal to 20 plus b, because the negative times a negative is a positive. And we would then find that when I subtract 20 from both sides, I would get that b is equal to negative 22. Now you can't leave your answer like this, because these are just pieces. So I would need to write it as a final answer, which is y equals negative 5x minus 22. And that would be my final answer. Okay, so let's try this next problem. For this next problem, when I'm looking at this, again, we want to put it in y equals mx plus b form. We're going to have to find our slope first. I'm going to do that by going my y's minus my over my x's. And that's going to give you negative 3 over 1, which you could also say is just negative 3. We would then write our line equation out again. But instead of having this x and y, we know an x and a y from right here. So I could rewrite this as 1 equals negative 3 times 1 plus b. This would give me 1 equals negative 3 plus b. I could add 3 to both sides and get that b is equal to 4. This would be my b value. This would be my slope. So if I wrote my line equation would look something like this. Let's try another one. Okay, so for this problem right here, again, you want to take similar steps. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the slope for this thing. So when we find the slope, we're going to do let's write our line equation. So y equals mx plus b. Finding the slope, we're going to go negative 1 minus 5 over 0 minus 3. That's going to give us a negative 6 over negative 3, which will give us to be 2. We will then use that slope to find our b value. So my slope now is 2, so I'm going to say y equals 2x plus b. Instead of writing y down, I'm going to write 5. And instead of writing x down, I'm going to write 3. Because I'm going to use these points this time. Whoops. That one's my y. That's my x. So we're going to have 5 equals 6 plus b, minus 6 on each side. We'll get that b is equal to negative 1. So my line equation would be y equals 2x minus 1. If you got stuck with this, please let me know. We're going to try another one. For this problem here again, we're going to find the line equation. So we'll get y equals mx plus b. We're going to find its slope. We find its slope by subtracting the y values over the x values. It's going to give me negative 6 over negative 2, which if you simplify that will just be 3. We would then write down y equals 3x plus b. I'm going to use this as my x and this is my y. So y would be 3. X would be 0. 3 times 0 is 0, so 3 equals b. So this would be my y-intercept. This would be my slope. So my answer would be y equals 3x plus 3. That would be my answer. Let's try one more. Again, for this we want to write a line equation. So I'd have y equals mx plus b. My slope would be y's over x's. So we would see from this that a negative is going to make a positive. So I'm going to get negative 2 over negative 1, which will just give me a slope of 2. We will then use this to write my new line equation. So y equals 2x plus b. I'd plug in 2. I'd plug in negative 4. Because I'm going to use this point right here and here. I get 2 equals negative 8 plus b. And I would add 8 to both sides. So I get b equals 10. So that's my b value, and that's my slope. So I have y equals 2x plus 10 as my answer. If you got stuck with anything, shoot me an email, and I will help you out with this before the quiz.